With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Charles Barkley in a pickup game.
We'll take Barkley.
Ha! First pick. Sorry, kids.
Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision?
Okay, here's the plan. Pass me the ball every time.
This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One and a member FDIC.
Progressive presents today's to-do list for your dog.
Check front door, check window, check other window. Rest channel ground, check baby distance. More for no reason. Check front door, check window, check other window.
What up, Nitro Nation? Muggy is back in the cave. What the hell is going on here, Muggy? Is that the Taylor 35? All split wide open? Well, yes it is. So, this is just part of the video. This video, basically explaining to you. By now, most people have already seen the last video that Mike Taylor did, refreshing or maintaining your top end. So, I'm just going to keep it real as I can. This came to me in the mail from Detroit Performance. Okay, it's a factory upgrade. So I guess this, from what I can tell, is there's obviously the integrity of the thrust washers, which go between the connecting rod and the piston. Actually, they go right around this bearing. The bearing goes in here. These thrust washers, one on each end. Apparently, the integrity, or the manufacturer, and I guess Mike, he's just being safe, and I don't blame him, feel that these original ones that come in the all 35s, well, I don't know if it's all, but it might be random, who knows, but anyway, if you own a Taylor 35, you should be receiving one of these. And what it looks like is it's a little kit, and to replace the thrust washers, which are those, the E-clips that hold the piston in, the wrist pin, and these spring washers, they're called. And the spring washers, I believe, are to go between here and the head, to help it, I guess. So anyway, there's nothing wrong with my engine. My engine runs fine. You guys have seen it. It's still brand new, as you can see. Here's the piston. Like, barely any burn mark on it. I will tell you, when you're doing this, take your time. Use the right tools. I highly recommend, when you're taking the E-clips out, be careful, because you don't want to scar the piston up. When you're taking, that's why there's these little channels right there, so you can kind of get the screwdriver in one of those channels and kind of pop the E-clips out. You could use, a regular flathead, long as it fits in there. I found that using this small one worked a lot better. Also, you're going to definitely need a torque wrench. If you don't have one, buy one. They're like this Tektron. I think this is like 300 pounds or something. This thing here comes in a case like this. It was like 40 something bucks. Highly recommend it. So yeah, so anyway, you could also, from what I understand, talking to John at Detroit Performance, you can send your engine. If you don't feel comfortable changing the washers, you can send it in. They'll do it. They'll send you a label. You don't have to worry about shipping. there and back. But I figured I would gain some experience learning how to do this. Eventually, maybe, you know, when I need to rebuild or refresh in the top end, change the piston and so forth, I know how to do it. At first, I didn't feel comfortable doing it. And then I said, you know what? I need to get a torque wrench anyway. So now I have a purpose for it, for using it. And I highly recommend that you have a torque wrench if you have fifth scale. You're definitely going to need it at one point. I use DDM. These are great hex drivers. Just don't use the ball end ones for torquing anything heavy. They will snap off. I've snapped a couple of them. Or even use these for heavy torquing. They'll bend. I've bent a few of them too. But for all practical purposes, they work great. So anyway, that's why this engine is apart. Okay, so yeah. I just wanted to kind of share this with you. It's easy to do. It's not hard. Just, again, be careful. And this gives me a chance to look inside what a Taylor 35 looks like. This is the inside. Here's the connecting rod. Piston. The signature beautiful billet fins, cooling fins. Here's this fresh. And also they give you an extra one of these gaskets if you need to, but this thing's so brand new that when I took it apart, pulled it off, it's fine. I'm going to reuse this. I don't need to replace it. But the spring washers are to put on these 4 bolts when you assemble it. So make sure you use those. But yeah, there's the Taylor 35 with the bridged exhaust. But yeah, anyway, the torque specs. Go to Taylor RC, look up 35 Taylor torque specs, and it'll give you, I believe, the for the 8 bolts on top, I believe it's like 7.5 inches of torque, inch-pounds. And then for the 4 here, I believe it's 8.5 Newton meters, which comes out to like, I think, inch-pounds, it's like 75. And something like that. But anyway, yeah, you can find those torque specs on Taylor RC's website. So anyway, I want to get this done. It's kind of a bummer that I have to do this, or even if you guys have to go send it in, but you know, Mike's a pretty stand-up guy. He's highly recommending this and sending these out just so there isn't any issues that I know of. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I have heard that there was a few incidents. I don't know exactly. I mean, it could be users there, but obviously, if Mike and Detroit Performance are sending these out, they feel that there is something that these thrust washers are might have some defects. So otherwise, I wouldn't be getting this. And those of you that got them, I'm sure I'm not the only one that got this. So, you know, but yeah, I have no problem with this engine. I love it. Hopefully I get it back together the right way and I don't mess anything up. That's one of the reasons I really didn't want to do it at the beginning. But as long as you take your time, use Mike's video as a guideline if you need to. If you have any questions, I'm sure Mike and John at Detroit Performance will more than likely help you guys. I wanted to do this video for my own personal records, and I just wanted to share with you guys. Hey, if somebody like me, I'm not like, you know, Mr. Veteran as far as fifth scales goes. I'm pretty mechanically inclined, as you guys know. This is not rocket science, but yeah, just be patient. I think the biggest thing is just making sure that you get those the E-clips in and out of here, the piston, without, you know, losing them or scratching them up. I mean, scratching the piston up. That's the only thing that I'm really worried about. As long as you torque everything down the way it's supposed to and put everything in the right way, you should be good. But anyway, this engine is getting ready to go. You guys will be seeing on this video, you will be seeing a little bit of footage. We will be giving this thing the last shakedown, rip down, run down, beat down, whatever you want to call it. SRE Customs 30.5. Does this engine for $200 have the bottom end that I wanted, or the bottom end that I think it should have? This is the last pipe. If this Taylor pipe doesn't do anything for it, then I'm just going to call it how I see it. You know, and I believe, and I know Wade knows that too. I'm not going to hold any punches. If it's a turd, then I'm going to tell you it's a turd. I mean, it's okay. It just, as you guys seen in the video, it doesn't have a lot of bottom end. So anyway, and this mess here, we have the 5B completely pulled apart. Look at that. It's all in pieces. All shined up, because it is getting a full makeover. And wait till you see the goodies. They should be in this video somewhere. Yeah, so a little bit of wrenching, a little bit of goodies, a little bit of ripping, and I think we are about to run I get a lot of people that want me to run the Roma in a truggy. I'm going to run it in a muggy. So we're going to run this muggy. This thing will never be a shelf queen. Yeah, I'm not going to run it into the ground and run it very often, but I am going to run it. I don't have vehicles to just sit around and look cool. So I think we're also going to run this one because I need to break. This is the 723 Reds, RCR modded. We got that in the Coyote show. I'm going to run this one. I'm kind of getting all these modified engines set up in vehicles, and one by one we're going to run them. LRP .30, RCR modded, and the associated truggy. That, I've ran it a little bit. Not on video, but I've ran it a little bit. It is nasty, so I can't wait to rip this one. It had a couple issues. We addressed it. It's ready to rock and roll. I think I'm going to put the LRP .28 in here. We're going to probably swap this out. Or no, you know what? I'm going to probably keep my favorite, baddest engines that I own. RCR modded 28.8 Rex Legend. Monster. If you don't own a 28.8 modified, I don't know what you're waiting for. You're missing it. You have no idea what the baddest modified big Italian engine ever made is like until you've ran one of these things modified. I don't care what you do with stock. Get it modified, preferably by RCR, Lance, Heidman. You will not regret it. This is the nastiest, baddest engine I own. But the P3 Pico .28, I gotta run this one again too. This one's not even that broken in. This is the RCR modded. That's a nasty mother too. R5R Team Edition Reds, RCR modded. That one's gonna be ran. I mean, the 521 Red Scooterua, I gotta run that one. Triton that just got remodded, Works, all these are modded. Pico, I've got, you know, the 28 turd ball right there that hopefully it has something now. Alpha. So we've got a lot of engines to run. We've got a lot of fifth scale, so stay tuned, people. Like I said, coming on this video, we should have a little bit of goodies to unbox. Well, actually, some crazy goodies. Brand new fifth scale will be here at the end of the month. That will probably be the biggest, baddest, next level, whole other level. Muggy is going to take fifth scale to a whole nother level with this new platform that I have coming at the end of the month. I'm gonna have to work a lot of overtime. So anyway, that's all I got. I gotta put this thing back together. Stay tuned. Unboxing's coming. Some ripping footage coming. See you when I see you. Peace out. What up, Nitro Nation? Muggy Maniacs is at the backside of the college. Hopefully the security guard didn't come around here and tell me that I'm destroying the grass like he did on the other side over there. This is behind the baseball diamond. It's a cool little place to run because I don't have to worry about the security guards. I think because I'm closer to the college on that side, it does make a lot of noise, so it might disrupt the classes. I haven't had any issues over here yet. There's one old guy over there doing his exercise, but other than that, welcome. Obviously you guys seen the first part of this video. I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. I'm gonna do video different. We did a little bit of wrenching, sorta, on the first part of this video. Now you're gonna see a little bit of wrapping, last run, final assessment, final verdict on the SRE Customs 30.5. And then you will see a monumental, baddest, craziest, let me put a little bit more fuel in here, unboxing we're going to take the 5 Bizzle, the 5 Beast I call it, Losi 5B. We're taking it to a whole nother level. We're going to call it 5B 2.0. Taylor 5B, because we are upgrading it with every goodie that Taylor RC has available for the 5B. We're going all in on it, like I told you guys a long time ago. I mean, it took a minute. Had to work with some crazy overtime. Plus, on top of that, I'm putting heavy cash into my new 5th scale that will be coming at the end of this month. So this is kind of a Scooby Snack appetizer unboxing before we unbox probably the baddest 5th scale. In my opinion, the Outlaws are badass. For 2-wheel drive, the Hybrids, badass. This whip that I'm buying, I can't even believe I'm spending the kind of money that I am, but this will be the baddest 5th scale race kit, pre-built. Wish I could build it, but they don't come disassembled, that you'll ever see. So that will be coming the end of this month. 1st of July at the latest. Should be at the end of this month. But in the meantime, we've got Nitro to do. We've got a lot of stuff. And let me weigh in and give you my 2 cents of what I think about the whole Woogie stop doing videos. I think one of the reasons he stopped doing videos too, or semi-retired or whatever he's doing, is one, you know, his family, yeah, but he's always been involved with his family and spent time with his family. And you can stop videos for weeks and months and then do a video. Like I do one once a month, and I base it on my views. I think he stopped doing videos too because for having 2,000 subscribers, if you're not able to muster up at least half of that, which means I would say if I had 2,000 subscribers, I have, you know, you're not getting at least 700 or 800 views, then why are you wasting your time? Nobody's watching you compared to all the subscribers that you have. You know, and I'm not going to be doing videos until I get 500. That's my thing now. When you see a video, it's a new video from Muggy, it's because I got 500 views on the last one. And that's the way that I'm going to do it. Because if people aren't going to watch me, why am I going to waste my time? I don't do this for my own entertainment. I don't do it, you know, some people say, oh, I do it for my own record. I have my own records. I don't need to YouTube my records. I can film all this stuff on my cameras. I can film it on my GoPros and my GoPro and everything. I don't need to upload it. I share it with people because people like to watch. And when people aren't going to watch, and your views will always be a direct reflection of if people are interested in watching you. So for those of you that have lots of subscribers and don't get very many views, you need to probably rethink of what either your content is, maybe it's your personality. I think a lot of it for me is just because people love to hate me. I don't know, you know, but at least I could say I got to 1,000 subs doing what I want and saying what I want and being the villain, I guess. I mean, that's an accomplishment, to be a villain or somebody that a lot of people don't like. And I really don't care, but a lot of people, that they don't like me because of I'm just too opinionated, and I just call it how I see it. I just keep it real, you know what I mean? And keeping it real is just telling you how I see it, based on facts, evidence, and proof, and my own experience. Okay? And people don't like that. Like again, JQ said that one time. There's a lot of drama because people are softies. People don't like the truth. They're wussies. You know? I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's one of the reasons he stopped doing videos. The Wookster, you know, I mean, to put all the work that he especially put into it, I don't put half as or a third as much into my videos as he does. All the stuff that he did, and to only get a certain amount of views. And it's sad that it took his final video of him telling he was retiring from videos to get the most views he's ever got in any video he's ever did. He's got almost 5,000 views on that video, and more than any video, and it's when he's announcing that he's retiring. That's sad, I think. You know, he should have been getting a lot more views, and I don't know if it's, you know, people are just aren't into the RC as much. You know, life is more important than RC cars. I agree, but for me, it's more of a personal thing. These cars and this hobby has kept me out of a lot of trouble. I could be at some bar getting drunk. I could be, you know, getting in trouble, but I choose not to. I choose, this is more expensive, but, you know, like some people say, you could blow your money on drugs and alcohol and all that. And I, you know, in my, not to mention, bring up my past, but I've probably spent more money than I put into this. So, but anyway, the video, first of all, we dealt with the Taylor issue. The issue was the thrust washers are the weak part mount. They're a manufacturer defect or whatever. That's why those were sent out to everybody. I would not run your 35 Taylor until you replace those thrust washers, period. May not happen, nothing happened to me, but there's always that chance, and that's why Mike sent those out, to make sure that if there was an issue, and apparently there was, that there wasn't any more issues. So if you have a 35, I recommend stop running it. Contact Mike at, John at Detroit Performance and get that thrust washer kit. Replace them, follow directions. It's very easy to do. Take your time, watch Mike's video. You'll see what I did. It's not that hard to do, you know, just be patient with it. And if you don't feel comfortable doing it, send it in to John and he'll do it. He pays for the shipping and everything, so you don't have to worry about that. So anyway, let's run this thing. Let's see what it's got. We'll do a little bit more yip yapping at the end. But here we go. See what this thing's got. I do like the sound of the Taylor pipe though. See, it still has more mid and bottom and top. See, I couldn't go up a gear because it would run out. It's running out right now, but it would kill the bottom. Well, as you can see, still doesn't have the bottom. We changed pipes, different carbs. The only thing I haven't messed with is the gearing, but I don't need to. It's 1955 on there. It should be able to pull it. It has mid and top, it just doesn't have that bite on the bottom. So anyway, we're not going to run it anymore. It's getting dark. I actually ran this a little bit before I started filming, just to get it warmed up. So it's warmed up. It's warmed up. And, you know, it is what it is. It's a it's a King Motors 30.5 that was modified by SRE Customs. I probably, now that I look at it, I probably should have left it stock. But I went ahead and, you know, you learn by experience, you know. I thought I would get a lot more. I mean, I got more mid and top. I mean, mid and top, but the bottom, it doesn't have any bottom to me. And it had more bottom when it was stock. And there's nothing else that we could do. It is what it is. So do I recommend taking a 30.5 King Motors or Rovan and getting it modified? Yeah, but I wouldn't get a reed top. I should have just had Wade modify it and leave the piston port. So I think it would have performed better on the bottom than as a piston port full modded than as a reed top end. Just doesn't have any, you know, I wouldn't say it doesn't have any, but it just doesn't have a lot of bottom end. I mean, I can drop the gearing on it again, but it would definitely not have any top end at all. So it is what it is, you know. There you go. You guys seen it. I'm not going to blow smoke up nobody's ass, and I'm not going to, you know, sugarcoat it or anything. I never have. It's another reason why, you know, a lot of people, you know, for whatever reason, have an issue with me, because I'm pretty brash and pretty blunt, you know. If you don't like what I say, you don't have to watch my channel. go watch. I don't know if there's anything left out there to watch, but you can go watch Kevin Talbert, you know, you can go watch you know, other people, but this is the only channel where I will never hold punches. I will always keep it 100%, whether people like me or not. I'm gonna also back it up with evidence and show you. Okay, I don't just talk about it, you know. I show what I do, how I do it, good, bad, ugly, whatever. So yeah, but it doesn't matter. This engine's coming out. We're gonna clean it all up, get it all nice and clean, like it brand new, like I take care of all my stuff, even though it's a turd. We're gonna clean this little 30.5 turd up and put it in a box or something, and maybe I might give it away to somebody, because I'm never gonna use it. You know, I have the Taylor 35, I have the OBR 34. I've got another Taylor and another OBR engine coming soon. So yeah, if you want real modified engines, my personal advice to you would be to stick with, now you can do whatever you want, but personally I would stick with Taylor, and his is just good quality. His engines aren't even modded to a certain extent. But if you really want good modified engines, or if you have a decent block and you want to get it modified, preferably like a Zenoa block, like a .32 or even the 29s, or any Zenoa, which is a better block than the King Motors and Rovans, send it to Dan at OBR. That's what I recommend. Send it to the professionals, the people that have high quality, high tech machines, and you know, and like I said, you know, this was an experience for me, so you know, now I know. And I'm just gonna stick to OBR and Taylor. That's it. OBR and Taylor or nothing, people. That's how the Muggy's gonna roll. Taylor, so far, still, even though with the Taylor 35 it's a bad house, but still, OBR, baddest 34 small bore reeds ever. Period, end of story. Okay? Taylor, baddest, big bores, period. So Taylor, if you want the baddest big bores, you go Taylor. If you want the baddest small bores, you go OBR. Those are the two. Some people like ALX. I don't know. I never ran one, so I ran OBRs and Taylors, and I'm going to run another OBR and another Taylor. So I will be an OBR Taylor guy, I guess. But I'm not quite officially a Taylor guy, like I was talking to Mike, and I said I'm not officially a Taylor guy till I get a big bore, but that will be coming. We got a large scale badasser, the baddest freaking race kit pre-built that you're ever going to see coming at the end of this month. I am so excited. But before that, right somewhere in this video, I think either before or after this part of the video, you will see a monumental, one of the baddest unboxings of a badasser 5B upgrade. This is one thing I always wanted to do. I know I put a lot of money into my 5B, but we're going to make it a 5K 5B. Maybe that'll be the title of the video. 5K 5B 2.0. Alright people, that's all I got. It's dark. I gotta get the heck home. Clean all this stuff up. Get something to eat. Like I said, by the time you see this video, it'll probably be a month that went by already, or maybe longer. Depends how long it takes me to get 500 views. I think I'm getting close now. But anyway, yeah, so again, you know, at the end of the day, whatever makes you smile, whatever makes you happy, whatever floats your boat, each their own. You know, I talk a lot of trash, especially because there's a lot of people doing a more E-word 5th scales and more nitro and more 8th scale, just more electric period, and it pisses me off. And it's just one of the things that hurts gas and nitro is the electric. I don't have anything really against electric except for the fact that it takes away from this and nitro. That's the only problem I have with it. You know, but if people want to be lazy and they don't want to learn how to tune, they don't want to learn how to maintain and upkeep, and that's the funnest part about, probably funner than even running it, is all the hop-ups that you can do to them and all the wrenching. I love the wrenching too, just as much as probably more than I like the actual ripping. But I like this Taylor pipe. We got to grease her up. I like it. Maybe I'll warm it up some more. Yeah, warm it up some more and then grease it down. And we'll see you on the next part of this video. Which should be the unboxing of the Taylor 5B upgrades. And then I think maybe at the end of this video, we'll see. I'm going to try to squeeze some nitro in. It will be an hour long, so grab your popcorn, grab your soda, pull up a chair, hour worth of muggy, if you can stomach it. All right. What up, Nitro Nation? Well, it's that time, people. Bam! We have a next level unboxing that I've been sitting on for a couple days now, and I can't take it no more. We gotta open this bad boy. So let's rewind a minute. You seen the Taylor? The issue that we had, it's the thrust washers that were that I guess are no bueno. They need to be replaced. If you own a Taylor 35, do not run it unless you do get that issue addressed. Take your chances. If not, contact Mike, contact John at Detroit Performance. I know they'll be more than happy to take care of you. I've got it all done, back together. Somewhat dropped into the King Motors Baja. She's about ready for the maiden voyage. I've been waiting to put this engine. We ran the 30, you just seen the 30.5 SRE Customs. Just doesn't have bottom end. I mean, it has bottom end, but it doesn't have a lot of bottom end. And, you know, maybe that's just his thing with those engines. When you do it, I think, this is just my theory. I'm not a professional engine modder, but I think just those, and I had another person tell me too that they got the same thing done to another engine and it didn't have a lot of bottom either. Good mid, has a nice strong mid power band, and it has good top, but it just doesn't have bottom. So I don't know, maybe it's, like I said, maybe I should have just had Wade do a a mod on the piston port, or just left it the way it was. It is what it is. Like I said in the video, I mean, I'm not mad at anybody. I didn't feel that I got cheated or robbed. I mean, it was experience. It just wasn't what I wanted or expected from that engine. So anyway, we move on. I'm not going to cry over spilled milk. Only issue I had putting this Taylor 35 in here. Oh, by the way, I had a lot of people ask me, because you guys know, have been following me or watching me, or those of you that don't know, I've been doing this carbon fiber. This is not brand new to me. I've been doing, if anybody, everybody has different ways of doing things. And, I commend people, kudos to the people that are trying, that don't have that, that skill or that, patience or whatever it is that you need to have. I'm just OCD. I'm just meticulous. What I do for a living, I have very steady hands because I have to. It's part of my job. So I just got, I wasn't the best. I obviously got better at it. There's different things to do. I would heat up whatever you're going to clean with alcohol, and then heat up a little bit, whatever you're going to put the carbon fiber on, then put it on. There's another way to do it. You can take masking tape, and what you do is you either put it over the top of it lightly, and you trace around it, or you trace around on the other side. Just make sure you got to do the opposite because of how you're doing it. Whatever it is. Say if I want to put the on here, I'll put a piece of tape on here, cut it in, to fit on here. Then I'll take it off of whatever, put it on here, trace it out, cut it out. Boom, there you go. That's one way you can do it. Or you can just freehand it. I've mostly freehanded all this up. These are all the wings. Most of my wings I've done with carbon fiber. This vehicle here, the Cobra SRX 8, by the way, we're going to be running this coming up soon. Man, I have so much nitro to run. I'm so behind on nitro. I'm starting to freak out because you guys know, and I've told you before, I'm not a guy that's going to have stuff sitting around just to look pretty. Yeah, it looks badass. Yeah, it looks clean, but that's not what I got it for. I got it to run it. I've got too many vehicles, and I got another nitro truggy and buggy coming in the next few months. So I got to get a lot of these engines dialed in and get them broken in, all these modded engines, That's one thing at least I know I could say. Some people probably have had more engines, although I've never seen anybody on video show 30 plus nitro engines. I know I have. You can go back on my videos, I don't know which one it was, where I showed most of my engines. And I know for a fact, without a shadow of a doubt, I own over 20 modified engines. I don't know anybody that I've ever seen on social media or YouTube show 20 plus modified engines. Not stock, modified. Because stock doesn't do nothing for me. Famous quote of a person that's not even doing a lot of videos anymore, nitro or RC videos. I feel the same way he does now. Stock engines do nada for me. Not a thing. I'm good. I don't care how bad, if it's a $600 or whatever. OS, whatever. Doesn't do anything for me. And I got modified engines cheaper, or I don't want to say cheaper, not as expensive, that it will spank that butt all day long. But anyway, getting back to what I was talking about. Carbon fiber, this Cobra, I did this thing, all of this. This is all carbon fiber wrap. All these inserts, they're not carbon fiber. I wrapped them. This whole thing, the bottom of it, all carbon fiber. Okay? The arms, those inserts, carbon fiber. Mud guards, carbon fiber. Wing, carbon fiber. I wrapped all that. I wrapped all these wings. Trust me, you guys know. I've done so much carbon fiber. The best carbon fiber that I recommend is Easy Auto Wrap. Okay, look it up on eBay. You get, 24x6. Make sure it's the 4D CF Black, which is what this is. It looks the closest to real carbon fiber. And I know because I have real carbon fiber too. But anyway, back to what we were talking about. The 5B Baja, King Motors Baja, has the Olamat pipe on it. We're going to do a pipe shootout coming up. I don't know, the next video, maybe one after, coming up. I got another pipe coming. I got a Victory Baja pipe. So we're going to do Victory versus Olamat versus Taylor versus Bartolone. Which Baja pipe does what? We're going to test it on 35. I do want to run this after we get done doing all this with the 35 in here. I do want to run the 34 signature in this thing. I think this will be badass. I have no doubt this with the 1955 gearing that's on it now. This thing is just going to be probably on its butt most of the time. The only thing I couldn't run in here, I couldn't run this yet. The clutch bell carrier, the Taylor one, this one here. Beautiful piece. And we've got a lot of billet inside of here we're going to see in a minute. But anyway, this here is the bigger diameter, so I'm going to have to get the Blackbone 54 clutch bell, pinion, the Blackbone spur with the carrier. I'm going to have to get the Taylor. I'm going to have to spend another $200 something. I'm going to replace all this. But for now, we're going to run the stock 1955 steel gears. We're going to run this clutch bell with the, I think we've got the Blackbone, yeah, 10,000 in here. 1242 modified OBR carburetor. I call it the OBR 1242. I think it's 1242. Yeah. Power stack we have on there. And yeah, I can't wait to see this thing. This thing is going you're going to see this Baja just, I haven't even seen it yet. I haven't even ran it yet. I don't know, but I already have a feeling this thing is going to be a beast. Wheelie bars and brakes are for wussies. So there won't be no wheelie bars on mine. I don't care if I have to run after it and flip it back over. Just learn how to drive, I guess. You know, I hear people say, oh, I got a wheelie bar so I don't have to flip it over every time. Well, learn how to drive. If you're a lead finger, then probably you will. But if you learn how to drive these things, you shouldn't be flipping over. Okay? Anyway, this is going back in the 5B. Once the 5B is complete, we got all the Turtle Racing arms, front and rear, all the Taylor titanium hinge pins ready to roll. This thing is all in pieces. It's just waiting for this. So without further ado, let me make a little bit of room and let's get to the meat and potato of what this video is all about. This video is all about unboxing a next level. We'll call it, I don't know. You guys know what the video is by now because obviously you're watching this video. But I will just say that this is the Taylor first ever unboxing and first build of a Taylor Losi 5B billet race kit. Okay, so you guys ready? Let's open this up. Man, I wanted to open this so bad, but you know what? I'm just gonna wait to do it on video because I said I would. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What do we have here, people? Oh snap. Oh, I see nothing but Taylor tags. Now another thing I did find, this is going to be for the 5B. I think, or the 5B, is it the 5B? Or I think I can run these on the 5B, or it says 5T, but we'll see. These should be able to run on the 5B. Hopefully, I don't know, they're looking kind of skinny. These are the Ubers. Or, maybe they're going to be, I don't know, that tire kind of looks different. These are the Uber spikes. So they should be able to go on those silverback rims. But I think I'm gonna have to get different foams for these. Anyway, there's the Ubers. Uber Super Spikes. And what is that? Oh, Detroit Performance. So let's put those off to the side. Okay. Those. Oh, snaps. Here we got the... Now, you remember I got these before, and I sent them back because I thought you could put them over the stock 5B housings, but you can't. So, you guys have seen these before. These are the Taylor front, 5B front and rear shock towers. So, there's that. There's the front one right there. What else do we got? Oh, there's the Taylor front chassis brace. I think that's the front chassis brace. Yeah, it looks like the front chassis brace. Okay. Here is the Taylor rear chassis brace. Beautiful. Want to see what that looks like outside of plastic? These are new. This is the new Taylor billet gas cap. That looks pretty sick. Here is the Taylor top servo saver plate. Oh my god, look at it. There's this billet for days, people. Oh snaps. These, I thought about the Hostiles. I know Woogie has them, but when I seen these, I'm like, it's going to be a Taylor. It's a Taylor billet 5B build. So these are the Taylor billet hub carriers. There's the top plate. There's the cap. There's the rear. Got the rear over there. There's the shock tower. The rear one. Front one. Rear one. Man, look at all this. I spent over $1,000 on all this stuff, man. I'm just horrible. It's a sickness. Fifth scale is a disease. I need therapy. This is the outerwear that goes around the Taylor pull start. So that goes there. Okay, we got a oh. Now I had RC Innovative, I think, old ones I had, and I figured, you know what? I'm just gonna get some brand new Taylor ones. We're just going full on Taylor. These are Taylor titanium servo saver steering posts. So now we get to see the rest of this bad boy. Here's some Taylor stickers. You guys ready? Oh snaps! Look at that. Well, there is the, I believe that's the rear. Yep, this is the rear Taylor billet housing. Now the only things I didn't get yet is the Taylor inside the diffs, the actual diff cups. Those will be later. Look at that, man. I got to take this out of plastic. It doesn't do any justice inside of it. I'm going to show you the inside of that in a minute. So, okay, now let's get this bad boy out. Look at that. Oh yeah, we got to open that baby up. There is the 5B billet chassis. Okay, give me a second, people. I'm going to open this stuff up. Give me 1 minute. Man, look at this thing. Talk about bling. Now, FYI, if you guys don't know, I'll let you in. The 5B, this Taylor 5B billet chassis, okay, and the MTXL are the only two that are all one single piece. Now, some people say they prefer the three-piece, the front and rear separate, so if you do bend it, then you can replace it. If you bend this chassis, or if you bend those, you got more serious issues to worry about than the chassis. You tore up everything. Now this I read about it. I did some study on it. This isn't just a piece of billet. This thing is designed, one, a lot more rigid, sturdier. It's got ventilated. The way that it's machined, CNC machined, is for the engine to run a lot cooler. So it cools the temperatures in the engine because of the way it's designed. Because as you know, the engines, because they're connected to the chassis takes in a lot of heat. So this chassis is designed to eliminate the overheating of an engine. Plus just all the other things that it's, I mean, look at this thing, man. This thing is just a work of art. This is like freaking Picasso of a chassis. I mean, look at that thing. It's sick. Look at the bottom of it. Now, like I said, we are not going to leave this like this. I'm going to have to do a lot of cutting out, but I am going to wrap the whole bottom in carbon fiber. I mean, I'm going to ventilate all this stuff because that's what it's for. But I'm not going to leave it raw like this because I don't want this thing to get all scratched up. But anyway, there you go. Look at these beautiful billet diff housings. This is the front. Look at that. Look at the machining on that. And I haven't even hit this thing with Blue Magic. We're going to Blue Magic this baby. Oh my gosh. This thing will be blinding. It's like jewelry. This is like jewelry, people. That's what it is. Look at this. It's like jewelry. Look at that. Heck yeah. Look at that. And these are not Taylor. These are the old school. These are the RC Max. I believe the chassis is Taylor. It says Taylor. But these are actually RC Max. This is Taylor. This is the front chassis. These are the titanium posts. These rear pieces are Taylor. So they're Taylor as well. I mean, look at these things. These things are like, oh my gosh. I can't wait to put this all together. We got the Turtle Racing arms going on here. I mean, this, like I said, this is one that probably will, by the time I get this together, this will be the first ever on video, on YouTube, wherever, because I've never seen one. Full Taylor Billet Losi 5B build. Okay? The only other thing that will be missing from this that I'll add later will be, I'm thinking of the Matt Olson shocks, MODs. They're about $400, $100 a shock. Those are like the ultimate fifth scale shocks, period, end of story, for either bashing or racing, and the diffs that go inside. So there will be another almost grand that I'm going to spend. This is basically a $5,000 to $6,000 vehicle by the time this is put together. Like I said, we've got all the Turtle Racing arms. All this stuff is, I can't wait to get this thing. This is going to be a sick one-off build. I mean, this thing is just so bad. Look at this thing, man. Look at that. Heck yeah. Look at that. Gosh, this thing is crazy looking. Is that the front or rear? How's that supposed to go in there? This diff's gonna fit right? That goes like that. How does the front? I don't understand how the front fits. Oh, it goes up here, though. There we go. I'm like, what the heck? Wait, it doesn't fit? I was starting to get paranoid. Look at that. Heck yeah. This thing is going to be bad. I can't believe this is just like, I feel like a kid in a candy store. I'm like, this is a 5B? 5Bs, baby. Hope everything fits right. Oh man, this thing is going to be so nice when I get it done. Heck yeah, look at that. Alright people, I'll sit here and gaze at this thing. I think we're about 30, we're probably about an hour video. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit in. Well, if you don't see any nitro on this video, promise you the next video will just be strictly all nitro and an update on this, and maybe by that time this thing will be ready to run. So depending on how long it takes 500 people to watch this video, is the sooner you guys see the next video. If not, then I guess I'll see you guys in a month. Alright people, one more look at that freaking piece of artwork. Look at that. That's a grand right there. I can't believe I'm doing this. Stay tuned. The end of the month, we will be unboxing something that will even blow this away. As badass as this is. The unboxing of my new fifth skill. Alright people. Muggy's out. Peace.